Elder Tayo here, property consultant and a realtor, and today I want to share with you information on requirements for getting a mortgage, and we'll look at some details in terms of some numbers. Let's say, for example, you want to buy a house of 30 million and you have 10 million. You put the 10 million down, and then how much are you going to be paying over, let's say you want to pay back in 10 years, how much are you going to be paying per month? If you want to pay back in 20 years, how much are you going to be paying per month? So we're going to just look at that. I have a spreadsheet here where I'm going to share some of those things with you, but let's just quickly run through the checklist. Now, this information is from a particular mortgage bank. They are one of the top mortgage bankers here in Nigeria, and I believe that these requirements will be similar for other mortgage bankers. So this will give you a general idea of the requirements for getting mortgage from any bank here in Nigeria. Of course, if you need additional information, you can always reach out to me, but I'm going to share as much information as possible to help you know whether this is something that you should be thinking about or something you should be considering. Okay, so again, a mortgage is a loan you take to finance a property, and if you're going to take a loan or a mortgage from this particular bank, there are certain requirements, there are certain things that will be required of you, and I'm going to run through that very quickly. Now, they have different requirements if you are employed. If you're employed, it's different when you're self-employed. And also there's mortgage plan for Nigerians abroad, and of course the requirements for that is also different, but I'm going to share just for those that are employed, but they are very similar. The differences are not so much. Okay, so but if you need more information on, maybe you're self-employed, you need additional information on the requirements to get a mortgage, or you're abroad and you need this information, you can always reach out to me and I will provide the info. I just want to keep this video as short as possible. So let's run through the requirements very quickly. So basically, you need to open an account with a bank, right? You need to open an account with a bank. You need your utility bill, all of these things. Valid means of identification, 2 references, 7 passport photographs, completed loan application form, a minimum equity of 20% of purchase amount, of course. So that means that if the house costs 30 million, for example, you need at least 6 million naira down payment, and then the bank can finance the additional 24 million naira for you. Maximum tenure of 20 years. So the repayment period will not be more than 20 years. Applicant should not be more than 58 years at the last year of loan repayment. Okay. Debt service ratio should not be more than 35% of your monthly salary. So if you earn 1 million naira per month, for example, your monthly repayments cannot be more than 350,000 naira per month. You must have a clean credit search record from the credit bureau, deduction at source. In other words, your money will be deducted right from, there's going to be some kind of way so that the money can be deducted right from your account. Other things are income verification. Of course, you have to provide 24-month statement of account. The bank has got to be sure, okay, that you can repay your loan back without a lot of hassles, right? So you got to have 24-month statement of account and 6 months pay slip, employment letter and letter of last promotion, evidence of additional source of income, letter of introduction from HR stating your total package and length of service, income statement as at the month of application. Also, you need documents. You need copy of title documents of the property, letter of authority to debit account for the following. In other words, there are certain payments that you got to make, and this is part of the process to getting your loan, and these are non-refundable. Legal search. The company is going to do a legal search to be sure that the property is genuine. You got to pay some money for that. Property valuation, you got to pay for that. Of course, the credit bureau, they got to check your credit worthiness. You got to pay for that as well. Also, you need your tax clearance certificate and a couple of other things. Now, for the mortgage itself, the interest rate is 16% per annum, and there's an origination fee of 1% per annum, which is one-off. In addition to that, there will be mortgage protection insurance, fire and burglary insurance, estimated cost of perfection of the title, legal and professional fees. All of these are going to be factored into your repayment plan. That's about it. So those are about the requirements for if you want to get a loan. Those are some of the things that will be checked, which the mortgage company has got to verify. So if you have all of these things, you can get a loan to finance your property. Okay, whether it's a personal property, it could even be a commercial property. Okay, if you can meet all of these requirements, you can provide all of this information, you will get a mortgage. Now let's look into some specifics in terms of the mortgage itself. So let's say, for example, you find a house of about 30 million. Okay, 30 million, and you have the minimum equity that you can that is required from the bank is 20%. So the minimum you must have, if the property costs 30 million, is about 6 million. But let's even say you have 10 million naira. Let's say you have 10 million naira. So what that means is that the loan you are taking from the bank is 20 million naira. That's the loan they're giving you. Interest is 17%. Now, tenor, how many months do you want? Let's say you want to pay back in 10 years. That will come down to, now remember, this repayment, I mentioned previously some of the requirements. You're going to have insurance and some other some principal and interest repayments. You have your mortgage insurance, and then you have fire and burglary insurance. All of these things are going to be added to the repayment on a monthly basis. So at the end of the month, you have about 364,635 naira, okay, that you will pay on a monthly basis for the next 10 years. So that means that if you want to buy a property of 30 million naira and you have 10 million naira, the loan company pays 20 million and you will pay 365 million naira on a monthly basis for 120 months. Of course, it reduces gradually. At some points, I'm looking at, it comes down to about 356, and then towards the end it goes down to about 351,000. But averagely, you're going to be paying around 360 or thereabout on a monthly basis for the next 10 years. Okay, so if you want to take this loan, so you got to sit down and look at it. Okay, will I be able to? Is this going to make sense to me to do about 360,000 on a monthly basis for the next 10 years, or should I just wait until I can put the whole money together and buy the house I want to buy? Okay, now let's say, for example, the same house, 30 million, you have equity of 10 million naira and you're taking 20 million from the bank, but we are not doing 10 years. You want to pay the old loan back in 20 years. That way you get to pay around 310,000 every month. 310,000 every month. So the bank pays for the house, you move into the house, and as you move into the house, you're paying 310,000 on a monthly basis. And of course, the insurance payment is to make sure that in case anything happens to the house, insurance will got to take care of that. Or better, and then the other case is if something happens to you, God forbid, and you're unable to pay, you're unable to continue payment for the house, the insurance company also completes the balance. Let's say, for instance, you buy a house, your family lives in the house, and something happens to you, God forbid, and you're unable to continue with the payments, you are disabled, or something happens. Insurance pays for the house, and then your family can continue to enjoy the house. Let's look at another example. Okay, in Lekki here, for example, many of the a typical 3-bedroom terrace duplex now will cost around, let's say, 45 million, right? So you find a 4-bedroom or a 3-bedroom terrace duplex you want to buy. It costs 45 million, and you have 10 million down payment you want to make. The mortgage company pays the additional 35 million, and then you can start paying 542,000 on a monthly basis. And again, remember that your monthly repayment must not be more than 35% of your monthly salary. Okay, all of these things will be checked, and if you do not, the loan, you will be disqualified from taking the loan if you don't meet all of these requirements. So you have to meet all of these requirements for you to be able to qualify for the loan, because the bank wants to make sure that you are able to pay the loan without a lot of stress or trouble. Okay, so that's about it. I know that there are lots of people who are kind of skeptical, when it comes to loans, they just don't want to go near it. But like I said, you just need to really sit down and do your math and see whether it's something that's going to pay, and you can make a decision. Okay, so that's about it. If you need more information on this, you're thinking about taking a loan, and you want to look at all of these numbers, or you have your own peculiar situation, we can look at the numbers together. You can reach out to me, that's why I'm here, and then we can look at it and see how things will play out, and of course from there you can determine and see whether it's for you or not. So that's about it on today's video. It's taking a little bit of time. It's about 12 minutes long already, but I'd like to thank you for watching this video, and if you need more information on this, or you have questions, reach out to me. I'll be glad to answer all your questions. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.